Hello, Year 2, and welcome to our lesson on commas for lists. So today we are going to be reminding ourselves how we can use commas when we are creating lists. So let me share my screen with you. And so we have got our lesson commas for lists. And as I said, this is a recap lesson. We have covered this before. So can you remember why we use commas in lists? Maybe you could discuss this quickly with the person that you've got at home or somebody in school. Just discuss why we use commas in lists and what they are used for. Well done. Let's watch this really silly video that I think we've watched before. Let's have a look at it and remind ourselves what we use lists for.
Falling through the sky, Brain. Brain! This seems like the perfect time for me to tell you about using commas in lists. Brain! To stop yourself hitting the ground and turning into a brain slushy, you'll need some parachuting equipment, Brain. Brain! You can list the parachuting equipment you'll need using commas to separate the items. Isn't that fun, Brain? Brain! You need a jumpsuit. Brain! Goggles. A helmet. Brain! A camera. Brain! And what am I missing? Oh, of course, a parachute. Brain! A comma divides up every item on the list, apart from the final item, which is separated with the word and. Brain? Are you all right, Brain? Brain! Good lad, Brain!
So, as they said, we use commas to separate the items in the list. And remember that the last item is separated with the word and. So we separate all the items in the list with a comma, and then we use the last one as and. So let's go back to our screen. So, where should the commas go in my sentence? Can you talk to somebody at home or somebody at school and identify where the commas would go in this list? Maybe you could write out the sentence on a whiteboard if you're lucky enough to have a whiteboard, or a piece of paper, and then use a different colour to put in the commas, and then we will discuss it in a minute. So pause the video now. Well done. So let's see where they should go. So the sentence says, my 4 favourite animals are monkeys, elephants, zebras, and giraffes. So where should those commas go? So let's have a look. Where have I put them? So my 4 favourite animals are monkeys. So that's one item on our list. So I think we should put one after monkeys. There we go. Elephants, that's the second item on our list. So let's put a comma after elephants. Zebras, we've got a third item on our list. And giraffes. And remember, I have put an and there because giraffes is the final one in our list. So well done if you have got that correct, superstars. So I've got a challenge here for you. Where should the commas go in this paragraph? So I'm going to read it out, and maybe you can write this out at home or print out the page if you have a printer. So on Friday, we went to the shop and brought some cheese, bread, bananas, and a toy rocket. I think there was a list there. Maybe you could add some commas into there. On the way home, we passed my friends Harry, George, Fiona, and Maya. They were going to the park to play on the swings, monkey bars, and climbing frame. I like going to the park. I wish I could go too. When we got home, my nanny, granddad, aunties, and uncles had come over to play. So maybe you could identify the lists that I have included in that paragraph and add in where you think the commas should go. and I've got another super challenge for you. So we are going to make our own lists, and they are going to be based on a video that I'm going to show you in a minute. We are going to write about an adventure in the sea. So we need to pretend that we have gone on an amazing adventure under the sea and think about all the different animals and things that we would see down in the sea. Don't forget that when we are doing our list, we need to remember our commas. So you could do this as a diary entry. So you could say, on Monday, I went swimming in the sea and I saw rainbow coloured fish, comma, scary stingrays, comma, beautiful dolphins and spiky pufferfish. So there you can see I've done my list, and then you'd continue your diary entry and say, on Tuesday, and list what you saw, remembering your commas. Or you could do it as a story, remembering the magical time words that we've been using at school. So you could say, first we saw enormous whales, beautiful dolphins, remembering our commas, soaring seagulls, and lots of fishermen from the boat. Then in the water we saw, so there I've included the time words first and then, and I've remembered to include my commas when I'm doing my list and doing the word and before the final one in our list. And there is an extra challenge. If you feel that you are up to it, could you add in some lovely noun phrases that we have been doing? And remember to add in your conjunctions. So those super words that we've been using, and, so, but, because. I'm sure you know all of them by now. So see if you can add those in to your list and share those with us on Class Dojo. And we will be really excited to see what you have seen down in the sea. Now, I'm going to finish off with a video which might help you identify what we might see under the sea. So what animals and what creatures will we see? So let's have a look. Let's stop this screen share, and I'm going to share another screen with you.
Look at the huge ocean. Miles and miles of water. We can't live without water. Nothing can live without water. These animals live in the water. They couldn't survive unless there was a lot of water around them. They have clever ways of moving around and look very graceful. The octopus is an amazing creature. It's got 8 arms called tentacles that sway in the water looking for food. It scoots along the ocean floor, tentacles everywhere, its big round body going first, and its big beady eyes on the lookout for danger. Big, flat fish called rays scoot along the ocean floor as well. The ray looks a bit like an underwater pancake, doesn't it? The ray's fins look like wings too. These are jellyfish. They don't really look like fish, do they? And you couldn't eat them like jelly either. But I suppose you could say they do wobble a bit like jelly. Look at this creature. It's a type of slug that lives in the sea. It's a wonderful color. It's called a Spanish dancer. The Spanish dancer sways around in the water, a bit like a dancing lady. This big underwater creature has a large flat tail. It's called a sea cow. It lives in the sea and eats sea grass. But it doesn't look much like a cow, does it? Sea cows are great swimmers. And this fish is a fabulous swimmer too. It's able to dart about quickly in the water. It's a blue marlin with a long, pointy face, which looks as sharp as a pin. The marlin's shape helps it to swim fast. Look at it go. Whatever the shape the animals are, big or small, round or flat, fins or flippers, they're all at home underwater.
So I hope you enjoyed watching that video, and I can't wait to hear about your adventures in the sea. So please share them with us on Class Dojo, and I'm really looking forward to seeing them. Enjoy your adventures under the sea in your imagination. Good luck, and thank you for joining me. See you again, Year 2.